Welcome, everyone, to Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Time for Hobbs Eagle basketball. Live on the radio at Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you, and we've got a big game today. The final game of this road trip up here to the Duke City / Rio Rancho as the Hobbs Eagles take on Cleveland. The team the Eagles played a couple of weeks back at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, won by 5 points in the Holiday Tournament Championship game. Since that time, Ron, this Cleveland squad has gone 2-3. They won their first 2 games, but then lost several at the tournament up at the Albuquerque area, the Metro Championships. So they're trying to get themselves back on the winning track, and who better not to play but the Hobbs Eagles, the number 2 ranked team in the state, to try to pick them off as they're doing a pretty good job rolling through teams, especially last night. Mercy roll victory over Los Lunas.
Yeah, after that loss against Rio Rancho at the Metro, they thought probably they would be able to get back to their footing with La Cueva, number 14, but that didn't work out for them in the end. It was a 2-point loss for them, 66-64. So now they got Hobbs rolling in here. They're going to, of course, host the number 2 team, and I'm sure that's not going to make them any better, but still they're going to come out here and try their best, do the same thing they did at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, and see if they can get the victory in the end.
Of course, last night the Eagles thumping on Los Lunas 68-21, a 47-point win, got up to as big as 51 in that second half, but really not much of a contest going on there. Abraham Pena dumping in 17 points, perfect on the line, 5 for 5. Didn't hit a three-pointer in the game, but did have 3 rebounds too, so even when he's not having his most points of the season, 30s, 20s, etc., he's still getting the double digits, and again, that was even better than his current average at 15.8 at 17 in that game, so definitely always could use his scoring, whatever team he's playing against. Jairus Turbiatas continues his dominant ways, 11 points, 7 rebounds, always kind of hovering on a double-double, which he did again in that game against the Tigers. Parker Henderson is bookend the last few games. He finished with 8 points and 8 rebounds, top boardman for the Eagles in that contest, and we're starting to see him get more free throw opportunities too, being in the paint, posting up, asking for the ball. 4 for 6 in the line last night. Again, not always getting the scoring that he wants, sometimes missing some shots inside, but he is a presence, and teams are starting to have to triple team him, although they kind of line up about knee-high on him.
Yeah, exactly, but it also, whenever they reach up, sometimes they are in his face, so to speak, so he's able to outreach them above, but in the end, basically, they're pretty much getting their hands in his face, and that's pretty much interfering with his ability to be able to get that ball also.
Yeah, and again, I know there's some people that have talked to him, too, about trying to keep the ball away from the floor, keep it up high, where you can use your 7-foot-plus frame with your arms expanded to go up there strong and get the fouls you want and still get some free throws. But still, he is a big presence. He's continuing to show some stuff inside, and definitely want to keep him using that height to his advantage. Josiah Clay coming off the bench for 8 points, hit a tray, went 1 of 2 from the line, 2 rebounds, definitely helping out the Eagles in a good 6th to 7th man from the bench from the Hobbs Eagles squad. Lyric Soria, the sophomore, still getting some good numbers for Hobbs. He had 7 points, including a tray, and we're starting to see him hit some of those outside shots. He had a game during the Metro tournament where he hit 3 of them, so in one game. Definitely want to see him giving a spark for the Eagles and playing some good defense as well. Right on top of the guards. He's sliding with them left and right on the dribble, helping out the cause there. Other than that, that was the major scoring for the Eagles in that game. Hobbs went 10 of 15 from the line for 66%, a little bit higher than their normal average, and getting a little bit more chance to shoot free throws in that game compared to previous games against Las Cruces, where they only had 3 attempts back on Tuesday night. Eagles kept it to single-digit turnovers, 9, so that was definitely a plus, and that was half of what Los Lunas had. They had 18 turnovers in that game, so the defense looking good. Hobbs getting the rebounding battle, won in their column, too, 25-16. So 9 more boards than Los Lunas. So definitely an impressive win. Mercy roll even before the third quarter started, but they don't kick it into the second half, so they had to coast throughout the rest of that one. Right now, the Eagles are averaging 14.6 turnovers, 18.6 for their opponents, so they are 4 less turnovers in each game, which is very good numbers so far this season. Team rebounding still looking good as well. Hobbs is averaging 33.5 a game and only giving up 27 rebounds, so they're about 6.8 or 8.8 more rebounds a game than their opponents, so that's definitely good as well. And then looking at the free throws, Hobbs shooting 62% this season, their opponents 65%. But I should say this too, the opponents are getting over 100 more free throws for the season so far than Hobbs. And we've talked about that ad nauseum about how the Eagles would like to get some more chances, but you can't always control the whistle. But you can also get in the paint and get up strong, which can get some guys on top of you, which could help the cause.
Yeah, and we would like to see more aggressiveness on the Hobbs offense. That way that does draw them the fouls and gets them on the line. Right now they've been putting the opponent's teams on bonus more often than themselves. In fact, yesterday it seemed like it was 3 quarters, and definitely almost 4 quarters. If it wouldn't have been for the fact of the mercy rule, it probably would have been 4 quarters. But in the end, Hobbs is getting too many foul calls, and I understand that's possibly because of their aggressiveness. We don't want them to slow down on that one, but still, it's a question of whether you want to get aggressive and try not to foul, or try to get the ball and just live with those fouls. But in the end, you're going to see the opponent team more often for Hobbs go to the line after they get those 5 fouls.
Abraham Pena, leading scorer, 15.8 a ball game. Second to him, Jairus Turbiatas at 9.9 and getting real close to those numbers as well. Peyton Hodge averaging 9.3 a game, and Parker Henderson at 8.4. Top rebounder at this point is Jairus Turbiatas, 137 boards, averaging 7.6 a game. And Parker Henderson, 121 rebounds, 6.7 a game. So those two are neck and neck in terms of cleaning the glass. Top 3-point shooter so far for the Eagles, Abraham Pena. Didn't get one last night, but he got 32 total for the season. And getting closer to him is the sophomore Lyric Surya, 16. So he's about half away from his teammate, the senior, but still doing a good job there. Jairus Turbiatas dumping in 10 3-pointers, and Josiah Clay, actually Braddock Beatty has 9, Josiah Clay with 8. So there's some guys that are starting to stroke it from the outside. The opponent tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, the Cleveland squad, they're currently 10-5, but they are 6-1 at home, so doing some good stuff on their home court. Currently averaging 64 points a game, which is 3 less than the Eagles at 67, but they're only giving up 56 points a game. So they do play some good defense. In fact, their last 3 games, they've been averaging, actually at the holiday tournament, they were averaging in the 50s. So not putting a lot of points in, but defensively, they are stopping teams pretty well. Hobbs, though, is only giving up 50 points a game. So that kind of tells you how that full trap defense we've been seeing, full court, is really paying some dividends off for the Eagles. But take a look at some of their top scorers. Remy Albrecht, we've known him since an 8th grader. He's been playing with the Cleveland Storm. Came down to the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. He was averaging in the high 20s, 32 against Wichita Falls. He had 4 trays in that game. Against Artesia, scored 26 in the semis of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, 3 3-pointers, and then 28 against the Eagles in the championship game of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, 4 3-pointers in that one. So he finished up with 11 trays against the Hobbs Eagles and other teams that they played at the tournament down there a few weeks ago. Definitely has experience, plays against some of the top teams, currently has a team ranked 5th in the state. So Hobbs is going to have to watch that guard, Remy Albrecht. And he also had 5 rebounds against Wichita Falls, so he's not just one-dimensional. He's going to assist the ball, he's going to go after the glass and help out any way he can. Another guy that's been stepping up, a youngster, Bryson Bowie. He had 20 against Wichita Falls to start the Hobbs Holiday Tournament with 4 trays, and kind of the points started to dwindle after that, 8 against Artesia and 5 against the Hobbs Eagles in that championship game, but he finished up with 7 trays in that tournament. In those 3 games that they did play in that one. Got to be careful about this Cleveland team. They can hit the trays. That's one thing they're very good at. We got to get a hand on the face, make sure that perimeter's taken care of. But our defense has been rotating quite a bit. I'm just talking to Bruce Carver, the former AD at Hobbs and also at Cleveland and Rio Rancho, the whole Rio Rancho district. That's one thing he's been seeing and hearing about too. Going back to the kind of that traditional style of Hobbs basketball where you're all over the court defensively, causing some transition offense the other direction.
Exactly, being able to stop it on the back court instead of the front court, and we hadn't seen that for a while. I mean, we do it occasionally. In fact, it was Shelby who was saying, Coach Shelby Reeves, who said that, we're going to use it occasionally, but most of the time we're going to use it in the front court, not the back court. This time around, Hobbs is doing it on both sides, trying to, of course, confuse the offense. It's working very well. I think that's one of the reasons why they are 15-2. Of course, those fast break points as well is helping out the cause.
Eagles beat Cleveland in that Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship 58-53. It was nip and tuck. Hobbs up 15-6 in the first quarter. Then it was Cleveland outscoring the Eagles 20-12 in the second. Hobbs up by 1 at the half, but then outscored their opponent 31-27 in the second half for the victory. Peyton Hodge, a leader, with 17 at Tasker. Jairus Turbiatas had 13, and Josiah Clay had 12. Pena with only 7 in that game, but some other guys stepping up, the Hodge, Turbiatas, and Clay. Eagles went 14 of 18 from the free throw line. But, of course, Remy Albrecht scored big for Cleveland, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 9 from the charity stripe in that game. Beho had 8 points for Cleveland, and Lopez with 6. Salmon Kegler finishing up with 7 rebounds. So that's the tale of the tape here. Hobbs versus Cleveland, getting ready for the national anthem and the introductions. We will take a 90-second break and come back with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops on the internet and the radio on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Welcome back live to Rio Rancho. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you as the Hobbs Eagles get ready to take on the Cleveland Storm. Hobbs ranked second in the state, number 5, the Cleveland Storm hosting this game. Last game in the road trip for the Hobbs Eagles. Starters for Cleveland is the sophomore A.J. Vigil, the junior Remy Albrecht, the senior Titus Sutton, the sophomore Bryson Bowie, and the senior Salman Kegler. Coach Zach Cole, again, their record 10-5. They're 6-1 at home so far this season. And for your Hobbs Eagles, Braddock Beatty, the starting guard. He has got 4.5 points a contest, also close to 2 rebounds a game. Parker Henderson, he's averaging 8.4 points a game, second in rebounding at 6.7. Peyton Hodge, one of the top scorers for the Eagles, third on the team at 9.3 points a game, averaging 2.4 rebounds, and one of the leaders in three-point shots, currently in third with 12. Abraham Pena, of course, leading scorer of 15.8 a game, 15.8 points a game, and 3.5 rebounds. Leader in three-point shots with 32. Also the best free throw shooter at 86%. Last but not least, Jairus Turbiatis. He is second leading scorer at 9.9 points a game, leads in reboundings at 7.6 a contest, and is currently sitting at fourth place in three-point shots with 10. So that's your tail of the tape there in terms of the starting lineups. We should mention, too, we kind of touched on this a little bit with a good play by Remy Albrecht for Cleveland. But, Ron, at the 3 games at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, this Cleveland team hit 8 3-pointers against Wichita, 8 3-pointers against Artesia, and 9 against the Hobbs Eagles. Does that say anything about the need for our perimeter defense in this game?
Always, always. So, yeah, make sure you protect that perimeter as well as, of course, try to keep him off the line as well. But definitely going to keep Remy Albrecht, keep him off that scoring streak, because he had about 28 points a game during the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. So you definitely want to lower his expectations and be able to get him to keep it low-key. And if you do that, then I believe Hobbs is going to definitely win this one big.
This Cleveland team lost in the semifinals of the Metro Tournament just about a week and a half ago. They beat Highland by 22. That's the same amount of points that the Eagles beat. Well, actually, the Eagles beat Highland by 20, so they did win a little bit more point production there against Highland to start the tournament. They knocked off La Cueva by 19. And then they went into the semifinals of the Metro Tournament, but lost big to Sandia by 30 points, 93-63, and finished up in the third place game, losing to Rio Rancho by 6. Now the Eagles played Rio Rancho as well back at the Artesia tournament, beat Rio Rancho by 20 points. So that's a big difference there compared to what happened with Cleveland against their arch rival. And their last game was against La Cueva a few nights ago, losing by 2, 66-64. I'm being told that La Cueva has vastly improved from earlier this season. We're ready for the tip-off as the big man for the Eagles, Parker Henderson, is going to go up against Salman Kegler, who's only 6'3", of course. Parker at 7 foot, so definitely an advantage. The tip into the backcourt is going to be chased down near the baseline. Having to go get it is Braddock Beatty, and he'll bring it up across the defensive front against A.J. Vigil. Crossover move to the right side of the court, front side now, waiting for some help, getting it over to the right wing to Peyton Hodge. Peyton dribbles up top of the arc, dribbles the ball behind his back, lost the basketball at the timeline, the first turnover of the ball game. And coming across is Albrecht, underhand scoop pass to the right block, getting hit in the jaw. Salman Kegler, he gets fouled early, and that's not how you want to start a game with a turnover, Ron.
No, you do not, especially with Remy. You don't want him with the ball anytime, anywhere. And he definitely started off strong, of course. Now we've got them on the line, Cleveland for 2.
Looks like they call that on Beatty. First personal, first team foul. First free throw bouncing around the rim and good for Kegler as Cleveland takes the early lead 1-0. He'll get one more. He had to kind of wipe his face off after getting slammed into by the Hobbs Eagle defender. Second shot hard off the back of the rim, but it goes up in the air and somehow falls through the iron. Count it, 2 for 2 is Kegler, 2-0 Cleveland. Payne gets the inbound to the far left sideline in front of the Hobbs bench. Cross court right to Beatty, still in the backcourt. Stop and go, crossover. Throws it down, open wide is Jairus Turbiatis on the right block. Two-hand push shot to the glass and scored. Nobody defending him. Major mistake defensively for this Cleveland Storm squad. We're tied at 2. Quickly to the front court. Top of the arc is Albrecht. Takes the dribble down the right side of the lane. Pop a shot from the right block. An air ball. Turbiatis with the rebound underneath as he outlets to the far left to Abraham Payne now in the front court in front of the Cleveland Storm bench. He fires up a 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound Henderson on the right block. Double team. Hook shot. Rolls off the iron. No good. Pulled down by Albrecht in transition. So both teams trying to fill themselves out offensively. Albrecht comes down the lane right side with the windmill layup and the scoop and scores on the right glass. The defense just waited for him. He puts it in for 2. It's 4-2 Cleveland. To the other end. Down to Parker Henderson on the left block. Gets the ball swatted out of his hands before he can get a grasp of it. Salman Kegler stepping in the passing lane on that left baseline to knock it out. Yeah, both sides are working really well, and definitely Hobbs is taking advantages, but they need to take more advantages. Beatty in the left corner, looking for some help, goes backdoor to Turbiatis, double team, kick out right. Hodge fakes a 3, drives the lane, double clutch off the right glass, no good. Pulled down underneath the hoop by Kegler, his first rebound. Outlet to Albrecht, he'll slow it down at the time stripe against Beatty. Gets a screen from Kegler, crossover move, top of the arc, NBA 3 fadeaway, another air ball. That's 2 distributed by Albrecht that hit the baseline. He's asking the ref for a tip, and now getting a little bit of a lip action from Coach Cole. That was a forced tray. Nowhere way he should have been shooting that with the defender's hand in his face by Beatty. Yeah, didn't have to press that one. Had a little more time. He looked earlier and drove the lane. This time just shot the 3. Beatty gets it, gives it back over to the front court to Hodge. Down to the left wing to Pena. Dumps it to Turbiatis. Left baseline. 10-footer no good. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up with a shot put. Return to the glass left side and scores. Turbiatis is a force inside. 2 rebounds and 4 points so far. We're tied at 4. Still on the inbound. Pena gets it on the baseline, then knocked out by Cleveland. It'll be Hobbs basketball underneath their hoop. As he tried to save it, knocked it off the arm of Bronson Cole. That will be Hobbs' ball. A turnover for Cleveland, their first of the ball game. You know, both sides can be playing aggressive defense, and we'd like to see that for Hobbs. Hodge inbounds to Beatty on the right wing. Comes down the lane, back door. Reverse layup, left to right underneath the hoop. That's the big man, Parker Henderson. Great job of sliding through the lane. 6-4 lead. Eagles their first of the game by 2. 3 at the other end, fired and good, right through the net. The guard is releasing quickly on that one. That was A.J. Vigil. First tray of the game for either team, 7-6 Cleveland. Beatty in the front court gets a pass, goes baseline left, back door to Parker Henderson, gets bumped into. Ball sails over the rim, and there's another example of little guards just crashing into him. That's going to go against A.J. Vigil, and that will be the first team foul against the Storm. Actually, they charge that instead of Salman Kegler, that 6'3" post player. As Parker Henderson will step up, he's 24 of 39 from the line this season at 61%. First free throw is no good off the side of the rim. Last night, Henderson was 4 of 6 from the charity stripe and had 8 points. He'll get one more here. So far, Cleveland isn't double teaming Henderson. I believe there will be later on this game. Takes his 3 dribbles, and the second shot is up, and it is good. A switch. Henderson 1 of 2. 7-7 tied up here in the first. Cleveland inbounds to the right sideline. Gets it ahead to Albrecht from the pass from Kegler. tries to weave through traffic, and he's got a double-team effort coming against him, Henderson and Beatty, and one of them crashes in. That's against Beatty, already his second personal. Can't give him the first step to the rack. He's going to go hard on you, which he just did there.
Exactly, and they should have let Henderson try to defend it.
Inbound to the right wing. 3-shot on the way, off the mark for V-Hill. Rebound on the baseline by Pena. Sails it ahead, but it's picked off for Cleveland. Taken back by A.J. V-Hill. So a turnover for the Eagles on that. Now got to play some half-court D. Albrecht with the basketball as he takes on against Beatty. Knocked the ball out of his hands for a second. Recovers. Sends it down to the left corner. 3-shot on the way for V-Hill off the back of the rim. Pulled down underneath by Kegler. Fade away in the paint. Blocked by Parker Henderson. Rebound by Braddock Beatty. Beatty will spin out of the action there and dribbles into safety into the front court. Crossover to his left hand. Hands it off to Pena. Pena's trying to move the zone a little bit. Looks like a 2-3 extended. And we got a foul called on the perimeter. Looks like a little hand check action by Cleveland. They get the call there against the blue and white. See who they get that against. Stops the clock at 4:52 left in the first. They'll get that call.
Oh, no.
Against Kegler, his second, the post player. That's definitely the guy you want to see in foul trouble this early with a big man like Parker Henderson just licking his chops. 7-7 your score, 2-2 in the foul counts now. Go back door on the inbound. Going up strong is Henderson. The ball kind of spins around the hole and finally falls in. That's his 5th point of the game, leading both teams. 9-7. Eagles again by 2. Albrecht with the basketball. Take it on Pena. Wait for a screen. Coming up is Noah Valor, top of the arc. Drives the right side of the lane. Kick it over to the right wing. Now shot from Beal this time. Up top to Cole. Drives to the left corner and unloads the pass to Valor. Valor sends it to the left elbow. Pivoting is Sutton. Now back it out to the top of the arc. Hand it off to Albrecht. Back over to the right wing. Faking a 3. And a shot from 15 instead. Stepping up is Sutton as he got his defender going up high in the air. And Sutton drilling the closer jumper for the bucket. 9-9 score. At the other end, it's Turbiatis shooting a 3 from the left side. Bounces high up the back of the iron. Pulled down by A.J. V-Hill for the Storm. Nobody else rebounding that time. And Albrecht gets a pass at the time stripe. Dribbles through his legs up top after a screen from Valor to the left elbow. Weaving through traffic, goes to the hoop. A scoop shot on the left side, no good. But it comes off the hands of Parker Henderson trying to reach out for the board. And it rolls out on the baseline. Again, every single time it seems that Albrecht is trying to weave through defenders. Somebody's got to step up, take a charge, or put the hands up in the air.
Well, it was Turbiatis who was able to block that shot. Otherwise, it could have gone in.
Inbound to the left of the lane. Handoff to Albrecht. He's going to go against the defense of Beatty, who strips it from him. He drives the other end, lost the ball, picked up by Soria, goes back door to Turbiatis, who lays it in with the left hand. Soria just checked in, and Turbiatis now leads the team with 6 points. That was Cleveland's second turnover. 11-9 Eagles, 3:33 left in the first. We got a track meet going here. V-Hill now going to slow it down on the far right sideline, taking on Beatty into the front court. Wait for a screen right side from Valor. Uses it to the baseline, kicks it back to Valor on the right wing for a 3, and he swishes it. Noah Valor, the sophomore, second tray of the game for Cleveland. It's 12-11. Cleveland by 1. Quick pass up to Turbiatis, left baseline, 15-footer, air ball, put back up by the big man. Parker Henderson having a field day in the paint. That one from the right block. He's got 2 boards, but more importantly, 7 points. 13-12 Eagles. Quickly a pass up to the court. Left side, Sutton going to fire a 3 out the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Parker Henderson underneath, his 3rd. Outlet to the near sideline, coming across is Beatty. Throws a bad pass up the sideline, stolen away by the Eagles' Albrecht. Throws it down the lane, and the layup was missed over the front of the rim. Off the front iron by Sutton. Eagles get the ball and move it up court. But the ball goes out of bounds in front of the Cleveland bench off the pass. That'll be a turnover for the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a pass that was just off the mark. It was from Soria to Beatty, and Beatty couldn't get it in time, and it does sail out of bounds.
So Hobbs now with 4 turnovers in this first quarter, 2 for Cleveland. Hobbs up by 1, though, 13-12. Sub coming in for Cleveland is Bryson Bowie. He's going to come down the lane with a little sidewinder hook. Misses the bottom of the rim. Rebound for the Eagles. Pulled down for the sub for the Hobbs. Just checked in. Josiah Clay, his first board. He tries to outlet to Beatty, but it gets knocked out of his hands. Soria tries to track it down. Hits the baseline, so Hobbs will have to inbound in their backcourt. Also on the court now, Amari McGahey. As Clay stays in, Turbiatis and Hutchins. Pass to Clay at the timeline. Breaks the pressure. Uses up his dribble as he comes across. Hand off to Soria. Down to Turbiatis' right corner. Fakes a 3. Coming to get it is Clay. Clay dribbles up top after a screen from Turbiatis. Stops at the free throw line with the breaks and fires the J right through the hole. Count it. Clay with his first bucket. Eagles with 3 scores. 5 scores for Cleveland. Going to the other end. Windmill reverse layup on the right side. Missed by V-Hill pulled down by Turbiatis, his third board. Outlet to the timeline to Soria. Finds Clay in the front court, left wing. Waiting for a screen from Turbiatis. Backing it out is Clay near the scorer's table. Dribbling through his legs. Fires a pass to Soria on the right wing. Crossover to his left hand, top of the arc. To Turbiatis on the left side arc. His three is up and good. Turbiatis with a great follow-through. He has got 9 points all in this first quarter. Hobbs has their biggest lead of 6, 18-12.
Cleveland defense not able to keep up with this offense of the Hobbs Eagles.
1:30 left first quarter, a 6-point lead. Pass off to the right wing to V-Hill. Fakes a three, dribbles to the right corner and hands it off. And then kick back to the right wing to Evan V-Hill. Spinning, lost the ball on the court. Ricochets off his ankle, picks it back up, sends it down to the right corner to V-Hill. He fires up a swish three from the right corner. 2 trays for V-Hill. That's the 3rd tray of the game for the Storm, who still trail Hobbs 18-15. Here comes Hutchins into the front court. Hutchings gives it off to Turbiatis, left corner for 3 off the back of the rim, high in the air on the rebound. At the free throw line, quickly in the transition dribble is Tyrell Lopez. Comes down the lane and runs over Soria. They call the block foul. They said Soria wasn't set. So that will send the shooter to the line, Tyrell Lopez, after the foul from Soria. His first, and that'll be the 3rd team foul against the Eagles. First opportunity for free throws in this game for Cleveland.
So the good news is for Hobbs, they have controlled their fouls. They haven't gotten as many, so they're not putting Cleveland up on the line for bonus shots.
Actually, there was 2 free throws earlier. Solomon Kegler hit both of his. First one good for Lopez, his first point. So right now the leading scorer is V-Hill with 6 on 2 trays. A tray for Noah Weiler for 3 total. And for the Hobbs Eagles, 9 for Turbiatis and 7 for Henderson, combining for 16 so far of the 18 Eagle points. So 2 guys really stepping up big in scoring. And plus, both those guys, Henderson and Turbiatis, have 3 boards apiece. One more shot coming for Lopez, trying to get it down to a 1-point ball game. It's 2 right now, 18-16. Second shot is a swish. He got both of them. 2 points for him, 18-17. Eagles by 1, inbound to McGahey, left corner, bounce up to Soria, same sideline, cross court right to Clay, double team in the backcourt still, slings it back to Soria, who comes across the time stripe, 45 seconds left of the quarter, high pass down to Javen Hernandez, overthrows him, Hernandez trying to jump as high as he could, off his fingertip, out of bounds of the baseline. That'll be the Eagles' 5th turnover.
Yeah, he just jumped a little too soon. If he would have jumped a little bit later, he would have been able to get that pass.
Eagles with the trap, and now they're going to stay back with McGahey and Clay in the backcourt, now just a single matchup. As coming across the timeline is Albrecht. Gives it off to the left wing. Jab step for Bracken. Kick it up top to Lopez. Spins at the free throw line. Tries to dump it back door to Bracken. He fumbled the basketball. He might have got pushed in the back. Hutchings and Soria converged on him that time. He went to the floor. They called the foul on Hutchings. And Coach Ross said it looked like he was out of control. It shouldn't have called the foul on that one.
And instead, it's going to go back to the Storm, and they're going to get the ball underneath their basket.
4th foul, inbound to the right corner. Albrecht runs into Javen Hernandez. No call on the play. Fires up a 3. Coach Ross says, you just called us a foul. Give us a chance to get one back. And instead, it goes off the rim out of bounds. Luckily, the Eagles will have the basketball. But, boy, Albrecht kind of jumped into the Eagle defender and knocked him to the floor.
Exactly, but 19.3 remaining in the first.
Clay's going to bounce it to Soria near sideline right. Gives it across to McGahey. Over to Clay on the left wing. Double team against him with 6 seconds. He's looking for help near the timeline. Bounce past the Soria up top of the circle. Fires up a 3 at the buzzer. Actually, 2 seconds before the buzzer. Right through the threads. Count it. That will end the first quarter clock. Big hit for the sophomore Lyric Soria for the Hobbs Eagles' 2nd tray of the ball game. Hobbs extends their lead to 4 at the end of 1, 21-17 over Cleveland. We're coming back in 60 seconds live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Attention oil patch companies. Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need safe land, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of BW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
Ready for the second quarter here in Rio Rancho. The Hobbs Eagles leading over Cleveland 21-17. Cleveland Storm led in scoring by A.J. Vigil. He had 2 trays, 6 points. And for your Hobbs Eagles, 9 for Javris Turbiatis with a tray and 3 rebounds, 7 for Parker Henderson, 1 for 2 on the line and 3 boards himself. It'll be Cleveland basketball to start the second, down by 4. Albrecht comes down the lane, scoop pass underneath, going up high over the front of the rim. Count it. Push shot for Kegler. He's got 4 points now. Cleveland had 3 trays in the first quarter, 2 for the Eagles. 5 turnovers for Hobbs, 2 for Cleveland. Sorry with the one-hand bounce pass up court to Beatty right wing. Cross court left to Pena for a tray off the left rim, no good. Pulled down by Albrecht near the time strike or the free throw line. His second board. Dribbles into the front court. Kicks it back to the right wing to Vigil. His 3 is in and out. Ball loose underneath. Pulled down by Braddock Beatty for his second board. But stolen away on the near left baseline by Titus Sutton for the Eagles. 6 turnover. Up top to Albrecht now on the left wing. Gets a screen up top from Kegler. Drives to the free throw line. Head fake. Leans and shoots towards the hoop. Air ball. It'll go out of bounds on the baseline. Eagles ball. And we start to see Albrecht not take the best choices of shots in there. And he's had about 3 air balls in this game.
And Hobbs is saying thank you very much for that.
Turbiatis tries to catch the ball at the timeline. He gets bumped in too hard and stumbles forward as they get the foul on Cleveland. Hobbs had 4 fouls in the first quarter, 2 for Cleveland. They're going to call that one on a very important kid. Solomon Kegler, their post player, already has 3 fouls at this point. So definitely an advantage for the Eagles. That'll be the first team foul here in the second. Inbound to Payne in the backcourt. Comes across the timeline with a 2-point lead, guarded by Cole. Pass high over to Soria, able to come down with it. Fires up a 3, clinks off the rim, loose in the air, and pulling it down on the right wing is Albrecht, his 3rd board. Outlet to the time stripe, far left. Vigil bring it across to the left wing. Uses up his dribble, puts it up top to Valor. Valor sends it down to the right corner, fake it a 3, driving to the free throw line, down the lane to Sutton. Reverse layup left, no good. Pulled down underneath the hoop by Turbiatis, his 4th board. Over to Soria in the front court, left wing. High pass back up top to Turbiatis, making him jump for it. Hand off to Pena near the timeline. 6:20 left here in the second. Eagles by 1. Boy, Pena goes all the way to the rack, gets around his defender. Cole lays it on the left glass. Quick first step for Pena. That's his first bucket of the ball game. 23-19, Eagles by 4. Here comes Albrecht in the left side of the paint. Kick out left corner. 3 on the way for Vigil off the back of the rim. Rebound on the right block by Valor. Stripped out of his hands by Soria on the steal. That's the 3rd turnover. Up ahead to Pena. Fakes a shot from the right baseline. Does a spin move. Throws up a shot at the right block. Rolls around the rim and good. Nice release there for Pena. He's got 4 points after that great steal by Soria, who just ripped the ball out of the hands of Sutton. Sutton in the front court on the right wing. No look pass to the right corner. Fake it a 3, dribbling a few steps forward is Cole. Kicks it back to the right corner to Sutton. Sutton gives it to Albrecht. Fadeaway 3, right wing, and nails it, although right in his face was Beatty. Still putting it through. The hope was Albrecht, his 5th point of the game, 4th tray for Cleveland. 25-22 Hobbs. Trying to drive the lane from the left side of the paint was Beatty. He got knocked to the floor, sprawled across on his back as they get a second team foul against Cleveland.
And they went through 2 opponents, and got that foul.
That will be against Sutton, I believe, his first, and they will inbound to Pena. Top of the circle, dribbles around the right side of the arc. Sutton will guard him. Gives it off to Turbiatis, same side. Fakes the hand up, rolls down to the right block, throws up a hook shot. It scores over double defenders that time. Turbiatis getting off the floor and just flicks it over there to the rim. 11 points, 4 boards for Turbiatis, working on that double-double today. 5-point Eagle lead. But here we go again. Albrecht coming down the lane hard on the right side. 3 defenders were in his area. Somebody swatted his arm. Looks like it's unfortunate to go against Beatty, Ron. I have him down for 3. It looks like the scoreboard says 2.
Well, either way, that's a good thing, because I thought, though, that that was a clean shot. It was a clean block, but instead gets him in the arm and shooting foul, so he's going to put him up for 2.
Albrecht went 8 of 9 against the Eagles at the Holiday Tournament in that championship game. Hobbs winning by 5. Of course, you mentioned he averaged 28 points in that tournament in 3 games.
Yeah, the only one in double figures for the team during the whole tournament, and I believe the last couple of games as well. But still, if you slow down Albright, you slow down this Storm team.
Made his first free throw, has 6 points. They are perfect on the line so far as Cleveland, 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. 27-23, Eagles still by 4. Little fadeaway off the back of the rim. He knew that was off. He yelled it to his teammates. Rebound underneath by Turbiatis, his 5th board. Outlet to the time stripe. Pena going to go hard with the dribble. Comes across, goes back door to Turbiatis. Fires it from right block to left block, and there's the shot on the alley-oop to Parker Henderson, who tips it in. He's got 9 points. Good job for Turbiatis to set that one up with the assist. Eagles had their biggest lead of 6 again. At the other end, a 3 on the way from the right wing for Bryson Bowie off the back of the iron. Pulled down underneath by the Bronson Cole. Cole tries to get it back to Albrecht on the far right sideline in front of the Hobbs bench. Punched out by Pena, getting in the passing lane, doing a good job of defending the top scorer.
Cleveland, for a second, actually had the momentum going on because the defense for Hobbs wasn't there yet, but they did set up the offense, and Hobbs was able to get back into it.
Albrecht gets the inbound up top. Stop-and-go dribble down the lane against 3 defenders. Swatted from behind by Turbiatis. Soria gets the rebound for the Eagles, his second. Gets it down to Beatty on the right block. Goes an alley-oop over the front of the rim. Dunked with 2 hands over the top by Henderson. Henderson on fire. He's got 11 points, 3 boards, 1 of 2 from the line. And firing up the Hobbs Eagle faithful that are here today. Biggest lead of the game, 31-23. We'll take a 30-second break. Cleveland talking about it. Come back on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome back to Hobbs Eagle action here at the Thunderdome, and we are up by 8, 31-23 in the second quarter, and Hobbs is riding high. Storm had to take a timeout, and we're going to get back to action, of course, with our friend Ty Friend.
Second quarter, 10-6. Eagles 4 more points in Cleveland to get that biggest lead of 8, as Albrecht will get the inbound after a Cleveland timeout. Going to take on Beatty. Crossover move into the front court. Dribbles behind his back, comes down the left lane. He likes to go there. Little windmill action to the hoop, and they got a foul. It's coming off from the backside, trying to block the shot. Don't know if they got him on the foul, though. Parker Henderson has had a few blocks already. And that will be against Braddock Beatty, who just picked up his 3rd. He was the guy defending him, and then luckily Henderson came over. They didn't call a foul on him, but they got Beatty for his 3rd, which is not good.
Well, again, I think Henderson got all ball, but it was before the shot, or at least during the shot. That's when Beatty got it.
Albrecht 1 of 2 on the last trip just minutes ago. He makes that one now with 7 points. He only has the only miss for the team on the line so far. 6 of 7 total for Cleveland. Boy, Clay was trying to get into the lane to set up for the rebound. They didn't let him in. They gave the ball to Albrecht too quickly, so there's only 2 on the right side of the paint, but the free throw good anyway for Albrecht. He's made his last 2 and has 8 points. Leading scorer now for Cleveland like he is all season. 31-25, though, Eagles by 6. Pass coming across the timeline to Pena. Gives it back to Soria after the trap. Over to Turbiatis on the right wing. Back to Soria near side. Deep to Pena at the time stripe. Putting a hand up in his face is Titus Sutton, who's wearing a mask today. Dump it down to Parker Henderson, right block. Return to Turbiatis, top of the arc. Swing it left to Pena. Thought about a 3, but decided against it as Sutton put a hand in his face. Backs it out, then fires a 3 anyway. Fade away tray right through the net. And it speaks something over to Sutton. You better be careful about the taunting there. But Pena with his first tray of the ball game. That's the 3rd tray for the Eagles. They're up by 9, their biggest lead. At the other end, Albrecht's going to fire a tray over, guess who? Parker Henderson, 7 foot plus of the arm stretch out there, and Albrecht somehow got that to go through for his 2nd tray. 5 trays for Cleveland. They had 9 the last time they played the Eagles at the Holiday Tournament. Hippity hop for Clay. He tried to throw a shot on the fade from the right block, got hit hard. It looked like his right knee got banged up pretty hard. He's kind of stumbling on that baseline right now. Nice move to the hoop, but paid the price with the foul at the end of the play.
Yeah, but made sure that it was a shooting foul, so that way he's going to go up for 2 on the line. But 34-28 right now, 3:14 remaining in this first half.
Clay will step up as he's trying to get his first points of the ball. Actually had a bucket in the first, trying to get his first free throws of the game. It's up and good. Hobbs now is 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, 66%. So definitely wants to add to those numbers. Hobbs now up 35-28, up by 7. Clay came into the contest shooting 54% from the charity stripe. So definitely that free throw, that's going to help out, and maybe another one will do so as well. Second shot is up and good. Swished them both. 4 points for Clay, and it's 36-28. Inbound to Albrecht with 3:10 left here in the half. Crossover move down the lane, going to the rack, reverse right, and scores. Took Clay to the hole, and Turbiatis couldn't get there quick enough. Boy, what a major rush to the hoop there by Albrecht. Definitely dominate in terms of points at this point. He's got 13, 11 in this second quarter. 36-30, driving across the timeline is Surya, and did not actually get over that time stripe before the 10-second violation. Coach Ross smartly calls a timeout from the other sideline on the left to talk to his squad. He needs some help. Don't just leave Surya out there by himself getting double and triple teamed at that time stripe.
Yeah, well, actually, just a second later, he was able to bounce it off the player for Storm, but still, timeout happened before that hit, so instead of being an inbound for there because of the out of bounds, it's going to be a timeout for Hobbs.
You know, talking about free throws, and of course Hobbs did get a lot more attempts last night in the double-digit realm, but going back to the Albuquerque Metro tournament, they played 4 games here, Rio Rancho teams and Albuquerque involved. Hobbs got 44 free throw attempts at that tournament in 4 games, 44 total for the tournament. Their opponents got 106 attempts. So that kind of tell you, which basically meant an average of 18 points a game scored by their opponents compared to 6.8 for the Eagles. So major difference in calls up here. A lot more hand checks the Eagles had to get used to, but that's part of the growing up process against the metro area.
Exactly, and at least it's not happening at state playoffs where they usually get it most of the time.
Eagle basketball after a timeout, avoiding a 10-second violation. Payton dribbles around the left circle, hands it off to Clay, now up top. Flicks it back to Hodge, who just checked in, drives the lane, throws a bad pass up top, taken away by Albrecht, turnover number 7. Albrecht comes down the lane, tries to throw up a double clutch on the right glass, rejected by Turbiatis. And that time, Albrecht kind of just stumbling through the lane. Didn't really see much of an opening and still tried to force it up there. Not the best shot selection. And Coach Cole's going to go to his bench and bring the sub onto the court, taking off Bryson Bowie and bringing on Vigil. The inbound in the left corner, 3 on the way for V off the mark. Rebound put on the reverse, little scoop shot action from the right block by Solomon Kegler. That's his 3rd rebound with the foul on the Eagles. Actually, no, that was Tyrell Lopez, but he's going to get a chance for free throws after the fouls. They get that one against Clay, his first 3rd team foul.
And that was a bit of a chop foul. He was trying to make his case, but he definitely hit the arm as the ball was going up.
Lopez now perfect from the stripe, 3 for 3 from the line. All 3 of his points from the charity stripe so far. They're now 8 of 9 from the line. That's the exact numbers that Albrecht had against the Eagles on the line there at Task Arena, although the Eagles won the Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship. Free throw 2 is up and bouncing around and good. He's got 4 points, all free throws. 36-32, Hobbs by 4. Inbound to Clay, gets a double team, deep left corner of the backcourt. Goes it right side to Pena. His double team is not going to work. Gives it back to Clay again. Throws it across to Hodge, and boy, the official got a quick 10-second count. Coach Ross threw his hands up in the air. He said, where in the heck are you with that count? It looked like it was about 7 or 8, and he's still talking to the official about that. That's going to go down as an unfortunate team turnover.
Exactly. Just about to cross the timeline, but instead got the 10-second violation.
Seemed like the Eagles should have had 2 more ticks from the official on that one. Inbound to Albrecht in the backcourt. That was the 8th turnover for Hobbs. Spins. Keeping with him is Hodge. Drives the right elbow, or actually fires up a 3. It was just behind the 3-point arc. Ripped down hard off the rim by Turbiatis. That's his 6th rebound, 11 points. Love to see a double-double this afternoon. Inbound or outlet to Clay on the near side. Cross-court left to Pena, still in the backcourt. Bounce pass back to Clay on the right wing, front court. Hippity-hop move, fade shot in the paint, and swishes it through. Great body control in the air. Leaning into his defender a little bit, throws it over the hole and counted, as now Clay with 6 points, 4 of those in the second. 38-32, Eagles by 6. Albrecht gets a handoff in the front court on the right wing in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Gets a screen from Lopez. Drives up top. Spins on the right elbow. Kick it out right wing to Lopez. His 3 out the back of the rim. And there's Turbiatis ripping that board down again. He's got 7. Outlet to the far side of Pena. Stop and go. Spins on the left block. Triple team. Albrecht rips the ball out of his hands and picked up by Tyrell Lopez. Turnover number 9. Lopez gets swatted at by Hodge at the on the half-court line and gets a steal back. Cleveland's 4th turnover. Back door to Parker Henderson, double-hand dunk, and rattles the board. It's shaken, Ron. Big-time dunk for Henderson, his 2nd dunk of the game.
Exactly. He did that with authority.
13 points for Parker, 6 in this second quarter. Eagles by 8. At the other end, a fadeaway from the left baseline, 15-footer off the mark by Sutton, pulled down by Henderson, his 4th rebound. Hands it off to Clay in the lane. He'll dribble up court. Down to 48 seconds left to the half. Eagles by 8. Clay in the front court now. Takes on the defense of Cannon Cole, coach's son. Stop and go. Behind his back to the right elbow. Hippity hop, spin move. And actually, no, not a spin, but a little finger roll on the right side. Laying it in for 2 off the glass. Clay's getting on fire now. 6 of his 8 points here in the second. 42-32. The biggest lead is 10. In the front court, the guard, of course, Albrecht on the right wing, guarded by Hodge. Got a screen against him. Barreled into him, did Lopez, no call. Pass down to the left corner, firing a tray right through the hole is Cannon Cole. That'll be the 6th tray of the game for Cleveland, but Hobbs up by 7. Quickly in the front court, Turbiatis with 10 seconds. Back to the timeline, to Hodge. He drives the lane, tries an underhand alley-oop to the right side of the rim. That was attempting to get it over to Parker Henderson, but Henderson closer to the rim. The ball went behind him out of bounds, so that'll be an Eagle turnover, number 10. And that's something that happens with Hodge quite a bit when he comes down the lane. It's kind of indecisive and not knowing where to throw the basketball. He's got a quick first step, but he's got to control his passes.
Well, you got to understand, he's still learning it. He's just a sophomore.
No, he's not a sophomore.
Sorry, he's a senior. Yeah, I just noticed that.
And now a drive to the near left sideline as Pena's bumping into the guard, Bryson Bowie. That'll be a foul on Pena, which is his first personal, 14th foul, not a double bonus yet. 2 seconds left in the half. Inbound to Bowie, fires a half-court shot from the left side. The buzzer hits the bottom of the backboard. No good. So your Hobbs Eagles had as big a lead as 10 here in the first half. It's down to 7 now. 42-35 over Cleveland. Hobbs ranked number 2 in the state. Cleveland at number 5. We'll be back in 3 minutes of the Hobbs Eagle halftime show. You're listening live to Hobbs Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Badger, the largest hydrovac and excavation company in New Mexico and Texas, is hiring. CDL drivers start at $27 per hour, plus all major benefits for you and the family, and a 401k. Apply today at 2814 West County Road in Hobbs. Badger is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Back here at halftime at Rio Rancho's Cleveland Gym, the Storm trailing your Hobbs Eagles 42-35. And we knew this was going to be a pretty close game, Ron. Both teams ranked in the top 5, Cleveland at 5 and Hobbs at number 2. Cleveland Storm, kind of a 2-3 record since the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, where they were defeated by the Eagles by 5 in the tournament championship. Right. They've been playing some tough teams, though. Let's face the facts. They were at the Metro Tournament and had some tough battles to play against the likes of Highland, La Cueva, Sandia, and Rio Rancho. Of course, Rio Rancho, their arch rival. Lost to Sandia by 30 in the semis of the tournament on the winner's bracket, and then also lost to Rio Rancho in the third-place game by 6. But they did have wins against Highland by 22 and La Cueva by 19. So Pretty good showing there at the tournament, 2-2, but lost to La Cueva a few nights ago by 2, which was kind of a head-scratcher there.
Right.
But still, everybody gets amped up for the Hobbs Eagles. No matter who you are in the state, you want to play them and get it to win, especially on your home court where you're 6-1.
Yeah, the legend of the Hobbs Eagles is always for a bidding against certain teams, and they definitely are playing hard against them today right now. But I think the second half is going to be a different situation. And yeah, Cleveland, this team, they're 10-5, but they did beat Los Lunas by 32 earlier in this season on 1st of December. So definitely going to be something to watch. But again, all you have to do is just pretty much control Albright. If you keep them under 70, then you definitely have a good chance of winning. And the other thing is, Hobbs wants to get 20 points per quarter. They're doing that right now with their 21 in each of the quarters they played so far.
Yeah, Cleveland gives up 56 points a game, and Hobbs already has 35 on the scoreboard. They were up 21-17 by 4 at the end of one. Eagles doubled up with 21 in the second quarter to make it 42, and Cleveland started with 17 and added 18, so Hobbs outscoring them 21-18 in the second, thus the 7-point lead. Storm has the top scorer of Remy Albrecht right now. He leads with 13 points, 11 of those coming in the second quarter, where he went 3 of 4 from the line and also had a tray. Does have 3 rebounds too, but he's one of those all-purpose type players. Eagles definitely talking about him at halftime right now. Way behind in scoring, but second place, A.J. Beal, who did hit 2 trays in the first quarter. Nothing in the second, though. He has 6. A couple of guys with 4 points. Tyrell Lopez doing it on the free throw line, 4 for 4. And Salman Kegler with 4 points, 2 for 2 on the line, and 2 rebounds to his name. Lopez also with 2 boards for Cleveland. Cannon Cole, one of the coach's sons, a sophomore, hit a tray for 3. And Noah Valor, a 6'3" post player, hit a tray for 3. Titus Sutton finished with 2 points off 1 bucket. 7 scores for Cleveland in the first half, and pretty stellar on the free throw line. They were 9 of 10 for 90%. So definitely Hobbs does not want to put them on the line if they can afford playing some tougher D and keeping the hands off Cleveland in the second half. Cleveland had a lot less turnovers, 4 compared to 10 for the Eagles. A lot of those were unforced errors for Hobbs. But they did manage 6 trays in that first half of action for Cleveland compared to 3, so doubling up the Eagles from the outside. But Hobbs does win the rebounding battle in the first half, 17-10. Excuse me, leading rebounder was Albrecht, who had 3 boards, Lopez with 2, and Kegler with 2. Looking at your Hobbs numbers, Parker Henderson has as many points as Albrecht does. He's got 13, 6 in the second quarter, 7 in the first, 4 rebounds for Parker, 1 for 2 from the line, and starting to establish himself in the lane in this game. Has a couple of dunks, too, on backdoor cuts. Wait for the basketball going up big.
Yeah, so far as the first quarter anyway, first half, they were giving only a single player against him, so he wasn't getting double teamed like he has been in the past several games. So maybe this is going to change in the second half. I don't know for certain, but still, it's going to be one of those situations you're going to see if Henderson's going to be able to continue to get open underneath the basket.
Jairus Turbiatas, a good job of scoring as well. He's got 11 points and 7 rebounds, also a tray in the first quarter. It was Josiah Clay getting 6 of his 8 points in the second quarter. He has a 2 for 2 free throw shooting and 1 rebound, so a good spark off the bench. Doing a good job, you mentioned a few minutes ago, of splicing in the lane and putting on the brakes, putting that follow through on and swishing it through the hoop in the paint.
Yeah, he had one that was a fade back. He just stopped where it was action, just was able to jump vertically right up there and be able to get it in with his right hand only. And the other one was just a nice layover. And he went underneath the basket, was able to get it in there, and a nice touch on both of those shots. He is showing some very nice athleticism.
Abraham Pena has all 7 of his points in the second quarter, hit a tray, and had 1 rebound. Hasn't been to the free throw line yet. Lyric Soria coming off the bench for a tray. He's got 3 in his books and, of course, 2 rebounds. And that's about it for the scoring. Hobbs only with 5 people in the book so far. Again, 2 of those with double digits in Henderson and Turbiatas combining for 24. Again, Eagles out rebounding Cleveland 17-10 by 7. Turbiatas leading with 7 boards. Henderson with 4. Eagles 3 of 4 from the charity stripe for 75%. They have 3 trays, half of what Cleveland does. Again, those 10 turnovers need to be cleaned up in the second half. Eagles' biggest lead in the first half of action was 10 points. Right now, 42-35. Hobbs up by 7. We'll come back in 90 seconds to get the second half started live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Attention oil patch companies. Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need safe land, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of VW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
Get some old school hoop music going on here right now as both teams come back on the court. Hobbs up 42-35, getting ready for third quarter action. We mentioned at halftime how the Eagles have to deal with a different type of reffing situation up here in the Albuquerque Metro, Rio Rancho area. You know, they have averaged 15 less free throws a game than their opponents this season, something they've had to deal with. That happened during the Metro tournament, so right now they're trailing in 6 free throw attempts. But right now they have the basketball to start the third quarter up by 7. Top of the arc is Pena. Drives to the right side of the circle. Bad pass up top, stripped away by Albrecht. He's going the other way. Reverse layup with the windmill right to left and scores. That's the 11th Eagle turnover and 15 points now for Albrecht, a gift given. At the other end, Beatty from the left baseline, 15-footer, no good. Put back up, a little finger roll on the right side glass by Parker Henderson. He's got 15 now and 5 rebounds. So definitely his size is contributing. The Eagles getting second chances. 44-37 Hobbs into the front court on the free throw line. Sliding with the dribble is Behill. Puts it back door, but taken away in the air. Ripped down by Henderson for the turnover. That's 5 for Cleveland. Comes across the timeline, does Henderson. Finds Pena on the left wing. Back up top to Turbiatis. Fade away 3 and puts it through the hole. Over the outstretched hands of Tida Sutton. Big time hit for Turbiatis. 2 trays, 14 points. And the 4th tray for the Eagles in the game, up by 10. Driving the lane is Albrecht, left side. Kick it out, left corner. Air ball tray attempt from Cole. Rebound on the right block. Sight with a fadeaway hook shot. Doesn't get the drop. Goes back up again underneath the hoop. He misses it the second time. And now finally, it's Beatty with the board into transition. Goes back door to Turbiatis with another finger roll off the left side glass. And scores uncontested. He's got 5 in the third, 16 overall, and the Hobbs Eagles up by 12, their biggest lead. Timeout for Cleveland, Ron.
Exactly, 7-2 run for the Hobbs Eagles, and they definitely wanted to call. They wanted to cool this team for the Hobbs Eagles and get the Storm back into it.
We only need 3 more rebounds for Turbiatis to get him into double-double today. He's got 16 points already, but his teammate Henderson is also teetering on that double-double, 15 points and 5 rebounds. Love to see 2 post players acting as bookends on this squad.
Yeah, and just after Albrecht gets his 3rd rebound, actually his steal, and was able to lay it up, that's when Hobbs just put it on and got back into the game.
Let's face the facts here. A lot of these turnovers today have been lazy passes to the top of the arc, kind of just floating them up there. You don't do that against a star guard like Albrecht.
Exactly. Any player, really, you don't. But, yeah, you want to make sure you get your passes short and sweet. You don't want to go too far, and that's usually what happens. The further you go, the more chances you are having it picked off.
Eagles a man-to-man, full-court press here. Ball is brought into the lane and in the backcourt. Fumbled through the legs of Villa, able to pick it back up. Good defense by Beatty. Now Beatty will slide with him across the timeline up left wing front court. Unloads to Albrecht in front of the Cleveland bench. Drives the free throw line. Tucks the ball under his bicep. Tries to go up with it high. Boy, they called the whistle. Looked like it was on the floor. They're going to go ahead and call him in shooting motion there as he tucked and went and threw it over the side of the rim. Count it. He'll get a chance for a 3-point play. He's got 17 now, 4 in this third quarter. They called the foul on Hodge, his first team foul on the Eagles here in the third. So a chance for a 3-point play. Albrecht is 3 for 4, 75%. The team is 9 of 10 for 90. As we wait for the free throw here from Albrecht, it's a swish. He's got 5 points here in the third, 18 overall. Hobbs still up by 9, though, 49-40. Inbound to Beatty near left side. Cross-court right to Payne in the front court. Comes down to the floor. Kick up top to Hodge. Drives through the lane against 3 defenders. Scoop and score off the left glass. Rolled in the rim and kept in the cylinder, thankfully for the Eagles. Hodge with his first bucket. 51-40, 11-point lead, the biggest of the game. But Sutton nails a 3 at the other end on the left wing to put it through. Nice follow-through on the touch there. He's got 5, and that's a 7 3-pointer. In the front court, ball is bobbled off the pass to Hodge in the left wing. Thrown up ahead to Albrecht from Sutton for the layup on the right. He has scored again. Eagles down with 12 turnovers, and now 20 points for Remy Albrecht. 51-45, Eagles by 6. Beatty in the front court after a pass up top from Hodge. He comes down the lane, windmill layup on the left side. They're going to call an off-the-ball foul against the Eagles. I think Parker got called for shoving. Coach Ross is talking to him right now to calm down as Parker got a little bit upset with the official on that one.
Yeah, he did, and that was unfortunate, too, because Beatty had that one nicely rolled up and in and was able to get around his defender as well. I thought he was actually going to get the and one, but instead the basket doesn't count.
Yeah, we heard the whistle from the baseline, and we saw automatically Parker getting on the official. That will be a turnover as well, 13 for the Eagles. 51-45. They've whittled the double-digit lead down to singles. Pass to the left wing, bobbled in the air by Lopez, comes down with it, gives it to Sutton left baseline, dribbles in the paint, lost the ball, picked up by Lopez in the paint, knocked out of his hands by Turbiatis, who's going to send it ahead. Cleveland's 6th turnover, down to Beatty on the left wing. Pena tried to save it, and he had some words from the official. Coach Ross says that Pena got shoved, but no call. Ball goes out of bounds, and the turnover.
Yeah, just move on with that one. You learned your lesson. Let's go on. But, yeah, Hobbs continuing to try to get their game back to where it should be.
Eagles getting banged up on the offensive side of the court. Albrecht comes into the front court, gets a pass over to the right corner to Lopez. Keep it same side to Albrecht on the sideline. Jab step against Beatty, giving him a cushion. Now right on top of him. Crossover move, screen on the right wing. Taken by Lopez. Fire a shot from the right elbow off the dribble, and boy, put it through the holes. Albrecht, good follow through that time. 9 points in the third, 22 overall, and now the Eagles going to have to respond with the timeout. Coach Ross doesn't want to get this worse, and the official was getting told by Ross to come here, and he pushes Ross back for some reason. Not happy about all the contact he's seeing from Cleveland underneath the Eagles' hoop. We're going to take a break here, 51-47. Hobbs still by 4 as Coach Ross continues to talk to the official. We'll be back in half a minute on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Welcome out to the Thunderdome as we've got a 4-point game. Storm have crawled back into this one, and Hobbs is trying to find some answers. That's why they took the timeout. But we've got minutes to go in this third quarter, and we've still got life in the Hobbs Eagles, as we also do with Ty Prince. So here's with the call.
Hobbs had a double-digit lead in this quarter, but now been outscored 12-9. Come back, as you mentioned, for Cleveland, who now leads or trails Hobbs by 4. Hobbs up 51-47 with 4:48. Both teams have had to have a timeout to try to get their team settled down, and it seems to have worked when they came back on the court.
Exactly, and we're hoping that'll happen with the Hobbs Eagles, too, because they needed to cool down after that one.
Hobbs basketball inbound to Turbiatis near left side. Cross court right to Beatty, still in the backcourt. Fires it back to Turbiatis, left corner, 15-footer. Off the back of the rim, rebound on the right block, pulled down by Sutton, his third. Outlet to the time stripe to Albrecht. Hippity hop down to the left side of the lane, tries to go back door. Double clutch off the pass and a catch, and Lopez off the glass for 2, right next to the rim. He's got 6. 51-49. We got to start with the ball game again. Beatty gets a pass into the front court, left wing. Comes down, trips on himself, falls to the floor flat. They're going to say trip, though, on Cleveland, thankfully. Looked like he might have hit his face on the hardwood that time.
He did. In fact, he hit his chest, knocked his air out, and got a little bit of his face as well. So he's going to be hurting for a moment tomorrow, but right now he's going to get played through.
Another important fact about that, it was against Kegler. That's his 4th personal, their starting post player, 6'3". Not a lot of size compared to Parker Henderson, but Hobbs will get the basketball underneath their hoop. I think it's very important they score on this possession. It's down to a 2-point ball game now.
Exactly. They need to get the fire, the momentum back up there, and this is the way to do it.
Hodge inbound right base, back deep, up top to Turbiatis. Dribbles right, hand off to Pena. Thought about an NBA 3. The defender comes out. Still going to shoot it anyway out the front of the rim. Ripped down underneath by Albrecht. That's his 4th board. He'll dribble to the front court on the transition. Goes to the rack, windmill layup right side. Swatted by Turbiatis on the block. Outlet to the timeline to Hodge, and the foul. Hodge trying to get through 2 defenders that time in the swat. Turbiatis picked up his 8th rebound, and that will be for Cleveland. Back-to-back fouls now as they got beat on the transition game as they charge that one to A.J. Vigil, his first, and that will be the second team foul.
Looked like that Albright got hit in the face by Turbiatis, but luckily it was not called as a foul.
He comes out of the game on the sub. Inbound to Pena, top of the arc, throws it down low. Parker Henderson going up strong on 2 defenders and drops it through the hole on the right of the rim. That gives him 17, leading the Eagles' charges on scoring. 53-49 Hobbs, 3:50 left, third quarter. Stop and go dribble in the front court. Bryson Bowie, kick it out right wing to Vigil. Up top, wide open, Valor for 3. Nobody getting out on him, and he pays the price against the Eagles. Valor is second tray of the game, 6 points. The 8th tray for Cleveland. Pass down to the other baseline, right side, as getting knocked to the floor is Hodge. And we're starting to see the calls now as Eagles get knocked around too much. And they'll get a chance to get the ball inbounded after the foul call. That'll be against Bryson Bowie, his first, 3rd team foul. Eagles like to get themselves into a bonus situation pretty quickly here.
Yeah, Bowie was trying to contend that he just lost his footing, but instead it was against Bowie.
Soria checks in for the Eagles, inbounds to Pena, top of the circle. Crossover moves to the free throw line, extends down the left block, fadeaway jumper from the baseline, it scores. Kind of lead towards the rim that time. Pena now with 9 points, his first bucket of the third quarter. Eagles by 3. Into the front court, dribbling behind his back is Bowie. Gives it off to the right wing. Crossover for Sutton. Good D by Hutchins, who comes out on him. Hutchins putting a hand on the basketball. Unloads the pass over to the left wing. Couple of dribbles for Lopez, top of the arc. Correction, that's Bowie. Bowie returns it top of the circle to Valor. Back to the timeline to Lopez to the right wing. Unloads to Sutton in the corner. Keeps it on the same side right to Valor. It's stripped out of his hands by Clay. That's the Storm's 7th turnover. Clay in the front court on the right wing. Crossover move behind his back. Sends it to Turbiatis left wing. Handoff to Hutchings. Up top to Pena. Pena with the jab step. Coming out to defend him is Sutton. He's going to slide left to the sideline. Gets a screen from Turbiatis. Gives it back. And puts up a shot. Does Turbiatis' shot put over the front of the rim. Comes off. Rebound underneath by Sutton. And that'll be the 4th rebound for Sutton. He gives it off and gets it back from Bowie across the timeline, now on the right wing. Ball ripped out of his hands by Turbiatis. It's loose, taken down on the free throw line by Valor, who went up for it. They call the foul on Turbiatis. Almost a steal there, but referee right there to call the quick check.
And I thought that was going to be a jump ball because both of them had their, at least Turbiatis had one hand on it, but still gets called against Turbiatis instead. But 2:27 remaining, a 3-point lead for Hobbs, and could be anybody's ball game right now.
Both teams with 3 fouls. That's Turbiatis with just his first. The inbound to the backcourt as right back in the game is Albrecht. Taking on Pena, waiting for a screen from Valor. Gets it, drives the right elbow. Double clutch coming down the lane on the runner. No good. Ball tipped out. Pulled down in the 3 on the way from the left corner is an air ball for Cole. Pulled down underneath for Hutchings for the Eagles. His first board. Outlet to Pena, who comes across the timeline. Slowing it down, coming to get the ball. Soria at the time stripe. Picked up by Lopez. Slides right, still near the timeline is Soria. Clock to 1:57, third quarter. Eagles by 3. Gives it to Turbiatis, top of the arc. Hands it back to Soria, coming around the right circle. Extends in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench right side. Returns to Payne near the time stripe. He'll back it out against the defensive Bowie. Crossover move down the lane. Down to the left corner to Hutchings for a 3-shot. It's good. Hutchings nails a big one there. And that will be for him his first points of the ball game, the 5th three-pointer for the Eagles. 58-52, a little bit more cushion on the score by 6. In the front court, Albrecht dribbling through his legs. Crossover. Double team with Turbiatis and Soria. Cross to his left, down the lane. Kick out to the left wing to Cole. Up top to Lopez. Hippity hop down the lane. Reverse layup right side and getting Turbiatis up in the air and then falls forward into the driver. Lopez there gets the foul. Ball came off the rim. That's going to give 2 free throws to Lopez and the second on Turbiatis here in the third.
Yeah, one more, and Hobbs will be putting the Storm in bonus with 1:20 to go in this third quarter, and that is not something you want to see. Don't give Cleveland any more chances than they have to.
They've attempted just 1 free throw here in the third quarter, and this will be Lopez's first in the third. He is perfect now, 5 for 5 as he makes the first, does have 7 points. They were 9 of 10 at halftime, already at 90%, and have not missed here in the second half, so having a good stroke of luck there on the line. One more for Lopez. 58-53, 5-point Eagle lead, 1:20 left, third quarter. Second shot is good as well. He's got 8 points, 6 of those free throws, 6 for 6 on the line. Do not foul Tyrell Lopez, the sophomore.
Exactly. Don't foul him either. Just don't foul. That's just a simple rule.
4-3 foul count in favor of Cleveland right now. Pass to Beatty on the timeline, comes across, throws a high one across court in the right block. It's fumbled away by Hutchings, taken off of him by Valor. Eagles have their 15th turnover. It's into the front court, left wing. Show the crowd, a little bit of cockiness there. Trying to get the D there was Turbiatis. It's now 58-57. Pass down to the right corner. Eagles by one. Gets it to Hutchings. Gives it back door to Beatty on the right side. Goes back door to Turbiatis. Left to the rim, who lays it in for two uncontested. Turbiatis now with 18 to lead the Eagles. It's 60-57. Hobbs by three as Albrecht will slow it down as he comes across the timeline against Clay. Takes on Turbiatis, two, and a third defender, Soria. All three players converge on him as he comes down the right side of the paint. He leans into the Eagles' defense, and I think, unfortunately, they've hit Turbiatis with his third foul, Ron.
You're right.
He's going to be in foul trouble here with about 26 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, and that's going to slow him down. But probably in the fourth quarter, he's going to play it all out. And if he ends up fouling out, then that's just so be it. He's just going to play his heart out and be able to get the most he can out of this game.
Also, the 15th foul, double bonus. That will give a free throw good for Albrecht. And he has got 6 attempts so far, 5 of 6 from the line, and has 26 points to lead both teams. 13 at halftime, 13 in this quarter alone, Albrecht. Second free throw is good, a swish. He's made his last 5 after missing his second free throw back in the second quarter. So he's loading up the points now. He's got 27. 60-59, Eagles by one. The trap pressure. Beatty has it at the baseline. Goes it up the left side to Pena. Slides through traffic now on the right wing. Continues down the lane. Scoop shot on the right. They're going to call the block and count the basket. Defender tried to get up underneath him that time. Paid the price there. Quick shot on the release there for Pena. Slicing himself down the lane. And that'll be the foul against Tyrell Lopez, his first. 14th foul on Cleveland. Pena now with his 11th point of the game. His no free throws in this contest so far. He'll get a chance to add to his score right here.
Yeah, that's the problem with trying to get a charge. You can't sit your feet in time sometimes, or even when you think you do, you shuffle a little bit, but either way you get the block foul instead and puts them up for the line for one more.
This will only be the 5th attempt of the game for the Eagles, 3 for 4 at halftime. First shot for Pena, and the only shot here is good. Pena drills it through. He's got 12. It's 63-59. Clock down to 15 seconds left. Third quarter, Hobbs by 4. Stop and go dribble for Albrecht. Near sideline, front court. Spot shot from the top of the arc for 3, and there he goes again. He's had 2 in a row here. Lighten him up, 30 points for Albrecht. It's a 1-point Eagle lead. Hutchings gets the inbound far right side. Goes into half court to Clay, who launches a 3-pointer, but it's well short of the rim. That will end the third quarter. Boy, Cleveland very close to this one. They're on their home court, 6-1 so far this season. Eagles have a 1-point lead, 63-62. We'll take a 60-second break, come back with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops. Come back with us on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank, with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Hobbs Eagles lead 63-62 as we head down to the wire here into the fourth quarter. And Ron, Cleveland kind of turns the tables a little bit, outscored the Eagles in that third quarter.
Yeah, that third quarter, 27-21. Cleveland stormed back, so to speak, and was able to get it to a 1-point game.
Did you just use that pun right there?
Yes, I did.
You can't do it again. Albrecht has the basketball to start the fourth. They lead or trail by 1. He throws a one-hand shot put over the right side of the rim as he comes down the lane. 32 points now for Albrecht to lead both teams. Eagles have 18 for Turbiatis, 17 for Henderson, 12 for Pena. Trap pressure's broken. Pass from Beatty down to the left block, and a shot put there for Turbiatis, left open with the left hand. Puts it through point-blank range. He's got 20 now to lead the Eagles.
Great answer.
65-64. Dribbling through his legs. 3 on the right side for Albrecht. This time a 3 off the front of the rim. Turbiatis rips it down, throws the washing machine arms. That'll be his 9th rebound. They called the jump ball, and luckily the arrow going for the Eagles. Through 3 quarters of play, Hobbs was out rebounding Cleveland 21-15. Definitely doing some good glass work. Turbiatis with 9 rebounds. Henderson with 5, combining for 14. Eagles with a 1-point lead. Pass to the far right to Beatty, sends it across to Pena, right wing, down low to Henderson, back it into 3 defenders, hook shot, misses short of the rim, pulled down underneath by Titus Sutton. That's his 5th board. Gives it off to Albrecht, as Hodge will pick him up on defense, beats him down the lane, windmill layup on the right side, off the glass, counted, and the foul. Hodge is putting his hands up in the air of the ref. He kind of lost his balance at the free throw line. He was beat to the rack. Hobbs trying to converge more than one defender on Albrecht. They're going to call that on Hodge, his 3rd, first team foul here in the 4th quarter.
And that's what happens with Albrecht, and he's a junior, but he can still make you look bad as he gets past you and is able to get that shot in and draw the foul.
6 of 7 so far in this ball game. Has only missed 1. He's got 34 points. Free throws up and good. Swish it. 35 now for him, 65-67. Now Cleveland has a 2-point lead. Hasn't had that since the first half, early part of the game. 6:55 left, 4th quarter. Into the front court is Pena. Crossover moves as he takes on Cole on the right wing. Spots a 3 up on the fade. No good. Rebound right block for Albrecht, his 5th board. Drives through the lane to the other end, coast to coast. Misses the reverse left. Got a little bit of a bump. They call a tight foul there. Looks like he might have been hipped by Braddock Beatty, who's arguing with the official. But that will be the Eagles' 2nd team foul now. And they will charge that one to Beatty, which makes it his 4th personal. And that puts guess who back on the line? Remy Albrecht.
It's the Albrecht show so far in this 4th quarter. He has taken charge and getting Cleveland back into this game.
7 of 8 and makes the free throw. Barely stayed in the cylinder that time, as he now has 36 points. And looks like a sub coming in for the Eagles. Josiah Clay checks in for Beatty, who has those 4 fouls. So we got 36 now for Albrecht. Nobody else in double figures. Tyrell Lopez with 8 for your Eagles. It's 20 for Turbiatis, 17 for Henderson, and 12 for Pena. Lots of guys getting involved in the scoring. Shot good for Albrecht on the second one. As in the second half, he is 6 of 6 from the line and now has 37 points. Timeout Eagles. Biggest lead of the game for Cleveland now is 4, 69-65 with 6:45 left, 4th quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back live on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, Cole 95.7 Facebook page, and on the radio, Cole 95.7.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hobbs Eagle basketball. We got a tight one here, 69-65. Unfortunately, Hobbs is trailing by 4 against this Cleveland Storm team. And it is plenty of time, though, in the 4th quarter. And with the call, we got our friend, Ty Friend.
Yeah, big difference in free throws, too. Right now, Cleveland 17 of 18 for 94%. Only 1 miss so far. That was Albrecht, but he's made a majority of their free throws regardless. Hobbs, on the other hand, only 5 attempts so far. They are 4 of 5 for 80%. So definitely a big difference. 13-point differential on free throws so far in this game, which has been the trend when Hobbs comes up to this part of the state. But right now, they got to get back in this one. Down by 4, couple of passes, breaks the pressure. Coming across is Hodge on the free throw line, kicks out left to Pena, gives it back to Hodge at the time stripe. Wait for a screen from Parker, comes down the lane, and he takes a few stumble steps as he got into traffic. 2 defenders stepped out on him quickly in the middle of the paint, lost control, then his feet moved around as he got regained, and unfortunately that's a travel for Hobbs. Their turnovers have not helped him at all. They've got 16 in this contest.
Exactly, doubled up on steals in the first half, and they're not doing themselves any better with that kind of possession.
Now half-court trap, a 1-2-2. High pass down to the left wing, pulled down by Vigil, fires a 3, it swishes it. Vigil's got 3 trays in the game for 9 points. The night tray, that's somebody they got against Hobbs in the tournament championship. Hobbs held a tournament a few weeks ago. 72-65, the biggest lead is 7. Pass to Hobbs in the right wing, slings it back door to Parker. Henderson misses a two-hand put shot, goes back up, misses it again, and Cleveland comes down with the rebound. 7 boards for Henderson, but could not come up with any points. That's pulled down by Sutton after the 3rd attempt. Sutton tries to dribble into the front court right side, runs into Clay. They're going to say Clay's feet were moving, but boy, there is no reason we should not have 2 points underneath the hoop.
Exactly. Henderson was all but there and just could have just gone ahead and dunked it, but instead tried to get it in there, and either way missed it, and he's very unhappy with himself more than anybody else in this world.
Yeah, he volleyballed off his fingertips. Coach is going to take him out right now and bring in Hutchings. And coming across the timeline after the foul, Bryson Bowie. Eagles with 3. They throw the pass down to Albrecht, fires up a tray in the corner and puts it through the hole. Unbelievable scoring for him now. He's got 39. Eagles down by 10. Coming down the lane, shot from the middle of the paint by Pena, no good. Pulled down by Cleveland, and that was Tyro Lopez's 3rd. Eagles really not rebounding the way they need to now to keep in this game. That was actually Kegler with the board, his 3rd.
Exactly. They need to get back into this game 10 down, and still plenty of time, 5 minutes left, but have a lot to do.
Albrecht to the top of the arc, sends it to the right wing. 3 on the way, off the side of the iron by Cole right side. Chased down by Beatty on the near left. He'll spin her out of traffic there. He's got his 4th board into the front court. Down by 10, though, their biggest deficit of the ball game. Beatty gives it up top to Pena. Pena will send it back to Beatty on the right wing. Running clock here, though, with 4:58 remaining. They got to get some scoring going. Back to the timeline, to the left side. Beatty crosses to the right, uses up the dribble to time stripe. Touch pass to Clay, stripped in traffic by Kegler. Eagles 17 turnover. Kegler goes to the rack on the right side, is fouled from behind, and tentative offense is causing Eagles some turnovers now.
Exactly, and Kegler, as soon as he saw the ball, was sprinting towards the basket, going to get that layup as well, and ended up getting the foul instead.
That's going to be charged to Clay, his 3rd, 14 foul, which is 1 away from the bonus. 4-0 foul count. And again, lightweight passing at the perimeter, top of the arc for the Eagles, has cost them many turnovers in this game.
Yeah, they're trying to get something done. Not sure exactly what it is. And Cleveland, of course, is pressing on the defense. That's not helping the situation.
Brick on the back of the rim for Kegler. Now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe, has 4 points. Coach Ross going to go to his bench, bring back Soria for Pena. Of course, remember the Eagles 2nd ranked in the Max Preps poll. Cleveland came in at number 5, but on a 3-game losing streak, but they are 6-1 at home this season.
Exactly. They are looking good at home right now, and you're right. 3-game losing streak. They're trying to break that.
Kegler not looking good on the free throw. Clinks it off the front of the rim. Clay with the rebound, his 2nd. He'll dribble across the timeline, finds Beatty left wing. 1-2 and up on the layup. High off the rim, comes off the iron, no good. Pulled down by Bryson Bowie. It's been 1 and done in the last couple of possessions.
It has. Just too hard on the rack and just not able to get it inside the cylinder.
Give it to Albrecht. He'll bounce pass it down the lane right side. Fade away from the block. Coming off the glass in the rim, no good. As Kegler got fouled going up. He'll get a chance for free throws. That'll be charged to Hutchings, his 2nd. That will be the 15th foul. So unfortunately, a team that's been shooting in the 90s this game on the line has double bonus the rest of the game. 4:24 remaining. Puts Kegler back, who just missed 2, though.
And Kegler is still sitting on 4 fouls. 1 more, he's out of the game, but he has still kept it clean so far.
Having some issues. That's his 3rd brick in a row. He's 0 for 3 here in the 4th quarter and 2 for 5 overall. He had 2 free throws to start the game, but right now having some issues with the follow-through at the line. So 75-65, a 10-point Cleveland lead. 2nd shot for Kegler is off the rim again, front of the iron. Rebound underneath by Henderson, who just rechecked. He's got 8 rebounds. Outlet near left side to Soria. Cross court right to Beatty, still in the back court, and a 2-3 trap. He'll sling it down to the left wing to Clay. Had to bobble a little bit. Gets through 2 defenders up top now off the dribble. Crossover move, still at the top of the arc. One-hand pass to Turbiatis, left corner. Fade on the 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Pulled down by Veal. Another 1 and done. Gives it off to Albrecht in the paint. Beats Soria across the timeline. Fakes a pass right. Dribbles to the free throw line. Lost the ball. Regains it back at the timeline. Sends it left wing. Vihil with the 3 and puts it through. That is the 4th tray of the ball game for Vihil. The 10 trays converted by Cleveland. He has got 12 points. Beatty gets a double team as he comes across the timeline with the pass. Down by 13. Over to Soria on the left wing. No good. Another rebound. Right block. Albrecht. 6th board for him. And the Eagles not getting any second chances on offense.
Yeah, and 3 trays haven't helped the cause for the Eagles.
And a forced 3 on the NBA distance. Top of the arc. No good. Turbiatis. Albrecht was the one that fired it off. Turbiatis waited for it. That's his 10th rebound. He's got a double-double with 20 points and 10 boards. Soria gets a pass in the front court. Top of the arc. 3:15 remaining. Down by 13. Waiting for somebody to help. Bounce pass to Clay on the left wing. Gets bodied from behind. They call the foul on Tyrell Lopez, his 2nd. just the first foul against Cleveland in this fourth quarter, so 4 fouls away from a double, 5-1 foul count in favor of Cleveland. And Hobbs is going to get sent back to the scores table. Came out on the court, and then the referee sends it back, and now he's coming back on the court. And also returning for Cleveland is Titus Sutton. Eagles down by 13, their biggest deficit of the game, and it's going to have to be a big three-point shooting afternoon here to try to get back in this one. You cannot keep perimeter passing. That's running a lot of clock off.
It's a 16-2 run for Cleveland, and that's one of the reasons why they're in the hole.
Down to the left corner to Beatty, goes up high for it to underneath the hoop to big man Parker Anderson, leans to the hoop and scores. He's got 19. 78-67 though, Hobbs down by 11. Albrecht back it into Hodge in the backcourt, lost the ball. Hodge got a piece of it, then Albrecht tried to chase it back on the baseline in the backcourt. He fumbles it out of bounds. Getting on the official, thought he got bumped by Hodge. That will be a turnover for Cleveland, though. Only 8 turnovers in this game, which is single digits compared to the Eagles' 17.
Yeah, but I'd like to see him getting fired back up again, and Hobbs does have the ball back, so it is a turnover for Cleveland.
Underneath the hoop, left baseline, Hodge will send it back deep to Turbiatis at the timeline, over to Soria left wing, screen from Henderson. Cross court right to Beatty, right corner, fakes the 3, hippity hop, stripped from behind by Albrecht, and he'll keep the ball. The Eagles getting another turnover, that's 18. Albrecht going to go against Hodge at the timeline. He's to the right wing. 3 defenders step out on him. Fires the shot anyway over 3 defenders for the Eagles on the right block and puts it through the rack. This kid cannot be stopped in this game. He's got 42 points to lead both teams. 80-67, back to a 13-point lead. Trap pressure, 2-1-2, full court. Pass to Hodge in the front court, left wing. Bounce it to Soria. He gets bumped into by Albrecht. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to call the body foul on Albrecht. That's only his first foul of the ball game, second against the Cleveland Storm. And boy, the tentative offense and no offensive glass rebounding in this fourth quarter has really cost the Eagles, plus some turnovers.
Oh, you know Coach Ross is going to address that after the game, but during this one, they need to get back into it quickly.
Up top to Hodge on the inbound. He comes around the circle, comes with a high scoop shot on the right glass, misses, gets his own rebound. But they're going to say he was on the line, so that will not be a rebound. And that'll go back to Cleveland with 2:12 remaining. Coach Cole calls timeout for Cleveland, and we'll take a break as well. Hobbs Eagles been on a big run of wins, 16-2 so far this season, but they're possibly getting a third loss, but we've got some time left. 80-67, Cleveland by 13. Coming back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Badger, the largest hydrovac and excavation company in New Mexico and Texas, is hiring. CDL drivers start at $27 per hour, plus all major benefits for you and the family, and a 401k. Apply today at 2814 West County Road in Hobbs. Badger is an equal opportunity employer.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Welcome back to Cleveland, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Cleveland High School, the Storm home court, 6-1 this season here. I keep saying 5th in the Max Press poll. They moved up to 4 just a couple of days ago. Hobbs still at number 2, pinning this game outcome. But right now, some good games these two teams have played throughout the season. Hobbs with a 13.9 strength of schedule. Cleveland at 12.1. They got the upper hand so far, up by 13 over Hobbs, 2:09 remaining. Cleveland after the timeout for Hobbs into the front court. Driving through traffic is Vigil, top of the circle. Gives it back to the timeline to Bowie. Slides down the lane. Throws a high-arching shot over the front of the rim. No good. Gets his own rebound, though. Is second on the right block. Up top to Sutton. Drives the left of the lane. 1-2 and up with a semi-hook off the bottom of the backboard. No good. Rebound in transition for Braddock Beatty. His 5th board. Sends it down the lane. And there's a layup on the left side of the rim. On to the races, Peyton Hodge. He's got 4. 80-69, though. Eagles down by 11. 1:40 remaining. Ball handed off to Bowie in the backcourt. Goes up the far left sideline up the dribble. Getting across against Beatty. Double team with Hodge. And a timeout for Cleveland. I think Coach Cole wants to slow things down a little bit. Up by 11. You don't want to get too tricky around that perimeter and have Hobbs go the other way, which they're known for pickpocketing. The Eagles need to do a lot of that down by 11, though.
Yeah, they're just limiting Hobbs to their opportunities for offense. And you're right, slowing down on their offense to just slow it down and just get out of this game with a victory.
Of course, the Hobbs Eagles will have a little bit of a layoff of all these road games. Of course, they had 4 at the Metro Tournament up here in Albuquerque. Of course, the game against Los Lunas on Tuesday. They also had the That was a road trip as well. And then this 2-game road trip with Los Lunas last night, and then today with Rio Rancho, Cleveland. So lots of road warrior mentalities out there. But Hobbs will have Artesia on Friday, a team they beat by double digits at the Tournament of Champions in Artesia, which is a good win because Artesia one of the best teams in the 4A. And they're going to be ready for Hobbs, but that'll be on the Tasker court. So home fans finally get a chance to see them since the holiday tournament.
Exactly. One last tune-up before district starts, and they've got a huge win against, or they got a winning streak against Artesia. It should be a good one for Hobbs as the tune-up.
Cleveland with the ball with 1:30 left here in the fourth. Inbound to the backcourt to Albrecht, guarded by Clay. Gets a double team with Parker Henderson. Pass to the left wing. 3 on the way for Bowie. In and out, no good. Henderson gets his 9th rebound. 1 away from the double-double. Does it up court. Another layup on the way and put in with a finger roll for Hodge on the right side of the rim. He's got 6. 71-80, down by 9. Stolen by Hodge in the paint. Windmill layup on the left side. It rolls around and good. Hodge continues to put him down. 6 out of his 8 points in this fourth quarter. That was the night turnover for Cleveland. 80-73. It's a 7-point Storm lead. The ball gets knocked out on the near sideline in the backcourt. It ricocheted off Lopez, but also Turbiatis almost had the pick there. But it'll be Cleveland basketball. 1 minute remaining. You cannot be satisfied with the 7-point lead. Coach Cole has come out to half court to try to get his team's mentality back where it needs to be. The inbound deep to the baseline, trying to spin is Lopez. Stolen by Hodge. Misses the lefty layup. It gets bounced around and gets knocked out of bounds. One of the officials is kind of tentative. They're going to give it back to Cleveland on that one. That's another turnover for Cleveland. Their 10th of the ball game, but they got the ball back as it ricocheted on the left baseline of the backcourt. Cole to inbound left corner, and it gets into Kegler. Whistle from the deep right corner. What's the official talking about? He's turning around. I think he's had a fan behind him screaming at him or something, and he stops the action live, stops the game with a full court pressure for the Eagles to tell somebody to get back into the stands. Wow. During a live ball that time. Cleveland will have it in front of the Hobbs bench in the backcourt, left sideline. Throws it ahead to Lopez. He slides in the lane, no travel call. Kicks it out to the left wing to Vigil. And coming back to get the ball is Cole on that left side. Up top again to Vigil. Sliding right, gives the handoff to Lopez with 37 seconds. Touch pass to Vigil on the right wing. Clock to 30. 73-80. Hobbs down by 7. And getting in there to knock away the ball as Albrecht came before a handoff was Beatty to punch it out to the sideline. Right side will be Cleveland basketball, 32.5 remaining. Inbound to the right wing to Cole. Cole hands off to Albrecht, who gets held on from behind to stop the clock. Hodge had to reach out and grab somebody, which he did on Albrecht. Not the guy you want to do with already 5 team fouls.
I know. Of all the players you want to get on the floor for a foul, Albright is not the one of them. But, in the end, basically, you can't be picky or choosy. When you see a player with the ball, you want to slow down or stop the clock to see him get back into it.
10 free throws, 9 of 10 is Albrecht. He was 8 of 9 against the Eagles at Task Arena in that Hobbs Holiday Tournament Championship. Makes another one here. He's been perfect in the second half. Did miss one in the first half. 7 of 7 since halftime. And continues to dump in some big numbers as well. He's got 43 points in this ball game. Most teams would like to split his numbers in half and have more than one player take a piece of the pie, right?
Oh, definitely. I'm sure the coach would love to see somebody else get a little part of that as well.
So Albrecht getting one more free. A lot of stutter stepping in the lane. I'm not sure if that was a violation or not from the rebounders. Nope, they're going to say it was going to be good there. 73-82, Hobbs down by 9. In the front court, Hodge sends it over to Beatty in the right corner. His rainbow 3 off the back of the rim. Battle for the boards on the right baseline or left baseline. It was Turbiatis going toe-to-toe with a couple of players going over the top, Bronson, Cole, and Sutton. But it will be Hobbs basketball on the right baseline. Underneath their hoop. Inbounding will be Beatty, but throws a weak one up top. Saved by Turbiatis. Sends it back to Beatty in the left corner. Fakes a 3. Goes alley-oop to Henderson, who got shoved in the back as he was coming down the lane waiting for the basketball. One of the little guards there just gave him a big shove. He would have dunked that one if he would have been able to catch and go with it, but that'll give him 2 free throws regardless. Charge that to Sutton, kind of a desperation to stop the play. Exactly. Second on him, 3rd team foul. Oh, they called that on the floor. It looked like he was kind of getting up in the air with that, but I guess they said he didn't have possession to call it, so that will just be a floor foul. Beatty on the baseline underneath the hoop. Gets it in, going back door on the scoop shot off the left side is Mr. Hodge again. Hodge continues to put him down. He's got 8 of his 10 in here in the fourth quarter, and then a foul on the inbound. Albrecht gets grabbed on the near sideline. Stops the clock with 7.2 remaining, but Hobbs down by 7, and there's Albrecht going back to the line once again to add on to his 40-plus points.
Yeah, he is Mr. Automatic pretty much, and he is definitely going to make sure that he gets as many points as he can to get this cause for the Cleveland Storm into the win.
Hodge just fouled out his 5th. He has 10 points, and 8 of those in the fourth quarter. So good point production there and some steals late in the ball game to help the Eagles try to get this down to a single-digit lead, which it is now. Albrecht will be on the line to shoot 2 on the double bonus. He's got 44 points so far. We mentioned he's perfect here in the second half. 8 for 8. Make it 9 for 9 now. And 12 of 13 for the ball game. First one up and good. 83-75, 8-point lead. They've had as big as 13 lead here in the second half for Cleveland late in this game, mostly in the fourth quarter. Second shot, a fadeaway for Albrecht, able to drop that one as well. 46 points for Albrecht, 84-75. Cleveland with 4 seconds. Coming across the timeline is Clay, drives down the lane. Little fade shot, tipped up at the buzzer, no good for Parker Henderson. He just got his double-double, though. 19 points and 10 rebounds, but unfortunately for the Eagles' cause, they have lost a game after quite a few wins in a row. 84-75 the final. Hobbs Eagles going to drop to 16-3. Cleveland improves to 11-5. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Stay with us.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Forest Tire is celebrating 80 years in business. There's always another task to tackle, but making your to-do list disappear generates a ton of wear and tear on your tires. Do more for more miles with the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. Whether it's hauling your boat up to the lake or driving through the job site, Michelin designed a tire that's tough enough for anything. Stop in today for the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire and get back to task mastering. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Attention oil patch companies. Is your team's safety training ready to go on location? If you need SafeLand, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of PW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Badger, the largest hydrovac and excavation company in New Mexico and Texas, is hiring. CDL drivers start at $27 per hour, plus all major benefits for you and the family, and a 401k. Apply today at 2814 West County Road in Hobbs. Badger is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know that Lee County State Bank drive-up lanes are open late? Interactive tellers give you convenient, extended drive-through hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lee County State Bank ITMs feature a screen which connects you to a live teller inside the bank to assist you with your banking transactions. No need to rush to the bank, with Lee County State Bank's extended ITM drive-through lanes conveniently located near you in Lovington, Hobbs, and Eunice. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
First America Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Rio Rancho. Ty Friend here with Ron Gunner. As the Hobbs Eagles lose this one to Cleveland, 84-75. Hobbs dropping to 16-3 on the season. Cleveland improves to 7-1 on the home court and their record of 11-5. So a 9-point loss. Eagles had a double-digit lead through much of the first half. Halftime, it was 42-35. Hobbs was up by 10 prior to that, but then they got it down to 7. But let's face the facts here. We mentioned this in the pregame show, Ron. Three-point shot was going to be there for Cleveland. They had quite a few in those, 26 three-pointers, I think, in the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Tonight, right. They get 13 in one game. Unbelievable shooting numbers outside.
Yeah, and a lot of those were, a few of them were contested, but most of them were uncontested. They were being able to get to the side, be able to get it opened up, and looked like for a moment it'd be back and forth, but after a moment, you saw that, Cleveland was just storming ahead as far as being able to get those three-pointers. And, of course, the free throw line, that pretty much helped them out as far as their cause to get that win.
Yeah, lots of people getting involved in the game for Cleveland. Let's look at their numbers. Unbelievable scoring for Remy Albrecht. We knew he could put him down, 28-point average at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament against three teams. 46 points in this ball game. You mentioned free throws, 13 of 14, missed just one. That was way back in the second quarter, so a one miss in the game for there. So 13 points of that on the line. He hit 5 trays in the game as well. Now, after that miss in the second quarter, all the free throws he attempted in the second half, he was 10 of 10. And he was 3 of 4 in the first half. So, just shooting the lights out, going to the rack pretty hard, going up against the big boys. Defenders would come converging on him, 2 or 3 of them in the paint, and he'd still throw the shot up. Double clutch, reverse layups, windmill layups, those types of things, and had control of the basketball too much of the game. Now, we had a couple of knockaways from him, but it didn't faze him. I'd get back on the horse mode and get back out there. Right. But definitely one of the best players in the state at that guard position. 46 points, 6 rebounds for Albrecht, and 5 trays in this ball game, and 13-14 free throw shooting. They did get one other guy in double digits, A.J. Vigil, who was hitting the stroke on the threes. 4 trays to his name. All of his shots were trays. Yep. He had 12. So those two guys combined for 58 of the total 84 for Cleveland. Other scorers, Tyrell Lopez had 8 points. All but 2 of those points were on the line. He was 6 of 6 from the charity stripe, had 1 bucket to his name and 2 boards. Noah Valor hit a couple of trays for 6 points, and he's a 6'3" post player, so there's no business for him to be out there to stroke him through. Titus Sutton had 5 points, including 1 tray and 6 rebounds. Solomon Kegler had 4 points. Had some trouble on the line, though. He was 2 of 6, but did have 3 rebounds. And they had a tray for Cannon Cole. He finished with 3 points in the ball game. So overall, when you look at their scoring, they had 7 people getting the scorebooks in this one, and big-time free throw shooting, 21 of 26 for 80%. And that is 21 more free throw attempts than the Hobbs Eagles got in this game, and that has been the trend. Of course, tournament, we saw the same situation where Hobbs only getting about 6 points on the average, free throws 18 for the opponents, and we're talking more about the attempts there. Now, if teams miss or make free throws, that's beyond the point, but when you get that much of a differential from the APS Metro tournament that we saw, Hobbs got a total of 44 free throw attempts in those 4 games, 106 for their Albuquerque opponents. That's a big difference. Not saying everything was bad calls, but I'm just telling you that we not as many chances to shoot free throws. Cleveland, 21 of 26 today.
And it seemed like to me that Hobbs in the first 3 quarters were being aggressive as far as driving the lane, be able to get it inside, even feeding it to Henderson, being able to get inside. Didn't always get his shots, but he was able to get his rebounds and do that. But in most cases, it didn't look like in the fourth quarter that Hobbs was doing the same thing. They were driving a little bit, but not nearly as much as they were. They were passing around the perimeter for some reason, and you were talking about the fact that their passes were a little tentative, and they were getting knocked away and were taken away by the Storm. So one of those situations they need to do is get back into it. Cleveland relied on the threes, but Hobbs was not, and I like the fact that they were going inside, being able to drive the lane or even feed it to Henderson, be able to get those buckets underneath the basket, and need to get back to that.
Well, besides trays, though, turnovers definitely a differential in this game. A total of just 10 for Cleveland and 18 for the Eagles. And, again, they've been averaging about 14 or so a contest for the last few games. Really gotten their numbers down. It used to be 15 for prior to that in the Hobbs Holiday Tournament especially, but got back up to those double digits, high teens again, and that did cause them some problems. And, again, unforced errors where you're just throwing the ball right to a defender at the top of the arc is going to go for scoring at the other end. So Hobbs, again, 18 turnovers, 10 for Cleveland. Hobbs did out-rebound the Storm, 31-22. Leading the charges for Cleveland, though, was the guard, Albrecht. He isn't just a scorer, also went to the glass as a guard. He was tied with Sutton. Both had 6. And other than that, big drop-off after those 2 on the glass. So that's pretty much the numbers for Cleveland. Hobbs Eagles, though, get 2 and double-doubles today, I should say. Parker Henderson, 19 points and 10 rebounds. He rebounded the last miss before the horn expired there for the Eagles, so he got his double-double. And like you said, pretty effective in that first half, asking for the basketball, had a couple of double-hand dunks off alley-oops and stuff like that. But second half, it didn't get as much scoring. He had 13 at the half, finished up with 6 in the second half. But, again, a couple fumbles here and there, but a double-double, you got to keep having those from kids like him, and that he is going to scare some people with that 7-foot frame.
Exactly. Once you see him underneath the basket, he's a presence underneath there, and Hobbs needs to continue to feed it into him. Don't underhand it. You got to feed it right directly to him so he gets it above his head and be able to get it in there with no problem.
And I forgot, he was not the top scorer, though. 19 points, 10 rebounds. Jairus Terbiatis was the top scorer, had 20 points and 10 rebounds. So those are guys, 2 bookends we've been seeing. Both of them flirt with those double-doubles throughout the season. Terbiatis was all over the court in this game. He also, didn't get a chance to hit free throws, but they got a tray, actually 2 trays in this ball game. We've been seeing that kind of consistently, too. He can shoot from the outside when need be. But once again, Terbiatis 20 and Henderson with 19, combining for 39. 2 other guys getting in double figures. Abraham Pena, he had 12. Only had 7 at halftime, so got 5 in the second half. But unfortunately, he sat the bench a little bit in that fourth quarter as some other guys were getting a spark, including, of course, Peyton Hodge getting some steals and some layups. But 12 points for Pena, 1 rebound, and had 1 tray in the game. He was 1 for 1 from the charity stripe. Just mentioned Peyton Hodge. 8 of his 10 points in the fourth quarter. 3 of those were steals for layups, and finished up with double digits as well. So 4 players in double digits scoring in this game. Josiah Clay coming off the bench. He had 8 points. 6 of those in the second quarter. Went 2 for 2 on the line. Had 2 rebounds. Lyric Soria had a tray for 3 points, 2 boards. Trey Hutchings hit a tray for 3 points and 1 board. Eagles finishing up with a total of 7 players scoring. We should also mention Braddock Beatty finishing with 5 rebounds, did not score in this game, though. Hobbs won the rebounding battles we mentioned earlier, 31-22. Again, Henderson and Terbiatis both getting 10 boards for the Eagles' cause. Hobbs only with 5 3-pointers in this ball game. 2 of those by Jairus Terbiatis, 1 for Pena. Soria hit 1 as well, and so did Hutchings. Again, that's a lot less than what Cleveland got with 13, so double plus in terms of 3-point shooting for Cleveland. Eagles on the line, very few attempts, 4 of 5 for 80%. So once again, they gave up 16 points to the other team, 16 points off the line for Cleveland, 4 for Hobbs from the charity stripe. So that's the tale of the tape here. In that last half of action, it was a 22-point score for Cleveland and just 12 for the Hobbs Eagles, so plus 10 for Cleveland in that final quarter.
Yeah, those you take away those free throws on both sides, and, of course, Hobbs has a victory. But you also had the fact that in the first half, Hobbs had 5 blocks up underneath the basket. They could not do anything like that in the second half, and that was another part of the problem that they were having. They could not slow down Cleveland like they wanted to, or at least they were in the first half. And the third quarter was great, but the fourth quarter, Hobbs couldn't keep up with the scoring, and that is going to be a big problem that they're going to have to address.
Well, the next game for the Eagles will be not until Friday at Tasker Arena. They'll take on Artesia. And that will be both the girls and boys doubleheader, so should be some exciting action there on the home court. But before that, Artesia does have a chance to play some games. They'll have a couple of games before that matchup. Hope Christian is today or tonight at 7 o'clock. They'll also be hosting Roswell. That's really a big county battle for those two teams, right. Roswell versus Artesia. Right now in the 4A, Artesia sitting at 11-5. And, of course, if you go back to the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, they played Cleveland very close, losing, what was it, single digits by 3 points to Cleveland, put Cleveland into the Hobbs Holiday Tournament championship game. But also the Hobbs Eagles had a chance to knock them off by double digits, and that going back to the City of Champions tournament in Artesia, where Hobbs knocking them off in the final game there. So Hobbs has played them once, but I guarantee Artesia is going to be a little bit tired after those two matchups. Hope Christian, no slouch here in New Mexico tonight, and then, of course, Roswell from the Hobbs Eagle District. Exactly, and Roswell is probably going to test them. We've heard about the fact that Roswell's been pretty good. They've been kind of slipping a little bit. I've noticed they've not lost a couple of games, but they're still in the, I believe, top 10, or actually they are ranked right now. And that's one of the situations that Hobbs is going to be good at is, they're ranked number 5. And so that's going to help the situation where it's going to get the Hobbs strength of schedule up as well. So, this loss is going to hurt them a little bit, but definitely going to be able to get back into it. District looks good. Carlsbad and Roswell, maybe even Clovis can give us a little bit of a challenge as well. But, we want to see those district teams be as strong as they can, so that way it helps the cause for Hobbs as they can save for their playoff hopes. Kind of wondering how the losses that Cleveland had recently with Rio Rancho, although they have been ranked 2 this season, they're at number 6. They beat Cleveland. Cleveland also lost to La Cueva, who's not even in the top 10. So that kind of questioned whether or not they're going to move Cleveland up too much. They're 4th right now. Hobbs at 2nd, losing this game tonight. Question mark. They did beat Los Lunas last night, which is a blowaway. But again, it's going to just be some number jumbling going on. Again, it doesn't matter what this Max Preps poll says anyway. These teams are great. Talking to fans here, former AD Bruce Carver from Rio Rancho and from Hobbs, of course. He says Hobbs is the real deal, and he sees that tradition that when he was the AD with Tasker and then Gilmore and some other coaches really were showing, and he sees it coming back here. So it's going to be a good run to the finish here. And again, District is still off too. We got Artesia first and then District coming up as well. So lots of good action to come. Again, final score tonight or afternoon, whatever it is right now. Hobbs losing to Cleveland, unfortunately, 84-75. Eagles are now 16-3 on the season. Cleveland improves to 11-5. And Ron, our sponsors, all the games we bring to you live on the radio and the internet for free. We couldn't have video today because of a little deal going on up here. I don't want to go into more discussion about that. They block us out of the Albuquerque and Rio Rancho market. But, again, we enjoy having these games, and thanks to these sponsors. Exactly. And with them, we go with toughness together and a tradition. Lee County State Bank, IPS, LECO, TDS, Thriftway, Lavelle Insurance, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, Forest Tire, the New Mexico Junior College, Albertsons Market, Excel Energy, First American Bank of Hobbs, and NMR Pipeline. Thanks again for your sponsorship. Don't forget, Friday night, we got a doubleheader at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs girls will be first, 5:15 pregame show on the Eagle 100.5, also on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and on Facebook. And then the boys to follow, 6:45 or so, probably a little bit later than that on the pregame show, depending on how long the first game lasts. Both teams, boys and girls, playing Artesia, so will be some battles there at Tasker. I'd like to thank Manuel back at the station, myself, Ty Friend, and Ron Gunner on color. Again, the final score, 84-75 Cleveland. We will see you on Friday night. Have a great week of basketball as we get ready for that.